The Improved Production Racing Association of Victoria is proudly supported by Prestige Hino, Australia's most awarded Hino dealer. Pro Cut Tree Services, Melbourne's most trusted for tree and stump removals. Reach Rock Art for all your waterscape needs. DLL Photography and Design, complete website and e-commerce solutions. And Traction Tyres and Yokohama Motorsport, performance and safety for road or race.
Hello everybody, we arrive here at round 3 of the Club Championship for 2023 off the back of two very different and very interesting rounds at Sandown and Winton. And by what I mean by interesting is that there's been a combination of different results, mechanical failures and absenteeism that's keeping both the overs and unders championships very tight, with still a long way to go in the championship. While Phillip Island is the high speed circuit on the calendar, there's a lot of changes that have happened here over the course of the last 6 to 8 months, but there's going to be very little time for the drivers to keep their eyes on those things. They're going to have to keep their eyes on the track and their eyes on the prize in the pursuit of this year's Club Championship. Top qualifier in overs is Luke Gretschkumbo. Luke, for you, with all the effort you've had to go through just to get here and how close it is at the top with qualifying, do you think that's the just result?
Yeah, look, I'm pretty happy with that. It's just a little bit of sugar for a couple of weeks of hard work there. So, look, it's only quality. It's Saturday morning. There's still a fair bit of work to do, so we won't get too excited yet. But, yeah, look, car was good yesterday. Had a couple of little gremlins with it. Had to run out, get some bits. So, hopefully we get a good result for the rest of the weekend.
So alongside Luke on the front row is going to be Danny Timewell. Danny, for you and Luke, top two in the championship, very close in the championship actually, and how are you looking forward to trying to take the fight team, I should say, here at Phillip Island?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited, to be this close to him. He's the benchmark in our category and has been for a while. So, he's the hare that we're chasing, and we'll keep going, and we'll hopefully have a bit of fun out there and try and grab some success.
Our top qualifier in under twos here on Saturday qualifying goes to Peter McLean. And Pete, for you, 12 months ago, this is where we first saw you roll this car out with your name on it. How have you been progressing with the lap time, and were you happy with the lap?
Yeah, I was happy with my lap then. It's the quickest one I've done around here so far. John Reed's done a bit of work on the car during the week, and what he done seems to have worked. It's probably just a bloke behind the wheel that's got to lift his game a bit, but really happy with it. Yeah, no, stoked. Yeah.
So someone who was in the thick of it there in race number one after qualifying a very, very respectable sixth was Anthony Dana. And Anthony, you really had your work cut out for you to earn that fifth place finish though. Tell us about your race.
Well, really it's just a case of me being slow and steady this weekend. So maybe it comes across as I'm not so slow by qualifying sixth. But the car's about the same pace as what it's always been. I've actually got my family away. They're overseas at the moment. So my kind of promise is that I play it safe, just try to be consistent, don't do anything too crazy. And that just paid off there with an opportunistic move.
Yeah, very, very opportunistic late in the race with Neil Crow and the Pro Cup Monaro there of Ian McLennan. So sort of wandering a little bit off the road and just opened the door. Your Christmases all came at once for you.
Well, I'd been watching Neil for probably sort of a handful of laps there where I could see that he was starting to slide around. And he was also being quite good at his defending. I took a nibble, I think, a few laps earlier, and I could see that he was defending quite hard. And so I was again playing it safe. And then along came McLennan, and I saw that the way McLennan was driving. I was like, I will just take the outside line into MG. The worst case, I finish exactly where I was. Best case, I passed them. And as it was, I didn't pass just one of them. I passed both of them.
See, McLennan was also in that battle that we were just talking to Anthony Dana about. And Macca, from your point of view, qualifying was all right. You started 7th, you're up as high as 5th, and then, well, at the end of the race, it all went off its head.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, qualifying probably didn't go quite as planned. Bit slow out of the blocks, and didn't get the best start either, but worked my way through the field a little bit and had a couple of really good battles with Dana and Crow there, and it was really close racing. Everyone was giving each other a bit of room, and Dana just cleverly got us on that last corner. It was good.
Did you have the same sort of impression that Anthony did, that you thought Neil might have been losing the rear a little bit, might have sort of gone into a bit of a defensive mindset late in the race, and that's what sort of made it a bit difficult to get past him in the moment over at Lukey Heights?
Yeah, he's looks like his rear tyres had really started to go off, and he started to become a bit taily, and on a couple of corners, particularly the slower ones, become a bit vulnerable, but still had plenty of straight line going down the straight. I just couldn't really catch him, so it was those slower corners where I had my opportunity.
There's another new car in the paddock this weekend. It's a Toyota Celica, and you would be mistaken to think it's actually a club car, but it's not. It's a brand new car, and it belongs to Peter Bean. So, Peter, do you want to tell us a bit about the car?
Hi there. Yes, I bought the car about 10, 12 years ago. A friend of Wayne Twisty introduced me to the category about 15 years ago, so I've sort of been watching from afar, and I've spent the last sort of 7 or 8 years building it up. Far from a club car. I think it started life as a rally car, and then I sort of bought it as a rolling shell, pulled it apart, put it back together, and sort of thought I'd come out this weekend and give it a go.
What's it been like this weekend? Bit of a baptism of fire with different conditions from one day to the next.
Yeah, and I've had some mechanical issues, just a engine management issue which I resolved yesterday morning between qualifying and the first race, and just got a small overheating problem which I think I've fixed now. So hopefully we're going to pray to the gods that the weather holds up for us to get a reasonably good third race in.
What's your experience been like just in driving in general on a track? Is this your first proper competitive weekend in any form of racing?
I'd say yes. I've done a couple of sprint days, and I've done a number of the 6 hours and the 12 hours, etc., but nothing like this before, so that's what I'm really looking forward to come out here, and it's certainly a different experience running in the paddock with the boys, but certainly looking forward, really enjoying it, looking to get more competitive as I go along.
So Andrew, you had 2 really good starts in both races so far this weekend, put it to really good effect in race 1, but race 2 unfortunately got called a little bit early, so you couldn't really exploit that potential.
No, it's a shame. Race 1 was an absolute ripper start. Very happy to be running where I was running, and then just the way it played out, but we were looking good for a second race. Good start, as you said. And unfortunately the safety car again stopped it, so fingers crossed we can do another good start for race 3.
Yeah, hoping you could keep it 3 out of 3 and make your way forward, because you've been in the top 10 so far all weekend, which is pretty pleasing, but do you think you can hang there for the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, I'm quietly confident we can stay where we are, or even make a little bit of ground on people, so I'm quietly confident we'll move ahead.
So the weather's turned a little bit sour here on Sunday morning. It's been a wet race 2, if you can call it a race. From the highs of yesterday with Richard Opie finishing 10th, you had a little bit of an off-track excursion there at the start of race 2.
Yeah, I think I might have need Jim's mowing on the side of the car. Took a bit of grass out, but it just got really slippery at turn 2, and I was just there for the ride, did a couple of spins, managed to keep it off the kiddie litter and got back on the track. But then as I come around, I saw Danny's car down and the yellow's out, so I figured, well, I'm stuck here now. And when I saw how buried he was, I thought, well, probably going to finish under a safety car, and we did.
Yeah, we finished under safety car after only about 3 or 4 laps. It was a little bit disappointing. Talk to us about your weekend so far, because your race one was very, very strong, but you've got a borrowed gearbox in the car.
Yeah, I did 6-gear dog on Friday, first time out. So I must have damaged it at Winton in a practice session a couple of months back. And so, yeah, it just wasn't playing the game. So I did about 1.5 laps, pulled her in, and so the boys managed to find a sequential to throw in there. And got to play with that yesterday. That was a lot of fun. So it was good.
Bit of a different driving style with the sequential box?
Yeah, it's probably just less to think about, especially if you're coming through Stoner into Honda, where you're going back, say, 2 or 3 gears, you can just bang, 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 turn in. It's beautiful.
Continuing theme this year is the returnees to the category. One of those is Paul Clough and his Mazda RX-7. And Paul, it's been the first time you've had the car out since pre-COVID, Isle of Magic 2019.
Yeah, it is, Steve. Yeah, it's been good. Yesterday was a great day, so I improved my lap time, so I had my best lap, so quite enjoyable. So
you started with qualifying at a 53 or 1 minute 53. You got down to a 52 in race trim. How was your race one?
It was very good. I got off the start well, which was great, and managed to keep up with the pack, which inspired me to drag me along. And then towards the end, had a little bit of a battle with another rotary. It just got pipped at the over Lukey Heights at the end, but yeah, it was all in all a great day. So
yes, so that was battling with Bruce Henley.
Yeah, it was. We had a 4 or 5 lap battle, and I think he worked out my weaknesses and darted well up the inside. I gave him way too much room, but we lived to fight another day, and it's a great experience. So yeah, it was really good. So.
To someone who's had a really good, solid weekend all around and was fractionally close to picking up their first race win of the season, let alone their career, was Matty Logan. And Matt, you've had a really, really good all-round performance. You've been with the top 3 or 4 cars most of the weekend, and you even led the race for a brief period today.
Yeah, for a lap or 2, but yeah, it's soon finished. But yeah, race 1, I knocked 3/4 of a second off my PB, so it started out all right, and then we finished up all right. So yeah, it's been a good weekend, really.
So our round winner in over 2s here at the 3rd round of the club championship is Damien Milano, believe it or not. And Damien, you had 2 wins today. Of course, one of them was cut a little bit short in race 2, but you won race 3 pretty much on merit in a really titanic scrap with Luke and Matty Logan.
Yes, yeah, we did. It was a bit unfortunate coming together with Luke, but happy in the end to come away with the win. So yes, it was a great race, and even Matty Logan was right up there, so it was fantastic. We were together all weekend, to be honest.
Yeah, you were very, very close in race number 1. There was 1 second separating the top 3 positions, and you just kept the pressure on all weekend.
Yep, we're there or thereabouts, and today we got to the front, so it was good.
So we had a pretty big set of mixed up results this weekend for round 3 of the Club Championship, and Danny Timewell's notable DNF from race number 2 blows the championship wide open for Luke Rechcumbo. The whole circus now moves to Sandown across the 11th and 13th of August, and we look forward to having your company there at that present time. So until then, please drive safe. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.